You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Live. Well, Orlando Magic player Jonathan Isaac, who's been quite outspoken on the jab front, has come out and made some statements in regards to the media. He was on with good old boy from Texas, Will Kane, on Fox News. He covered a few different things regarding the media, the jab, Joe Rogan. That's right. He stepped up and he defended the Joe Rogan versus CNN narrative, and how, of course, CNN painted Joe Rogan falsely about some statements that Joe Rogan made him out to be something that he didn't. Of course, we know Joe Rogan recently eviscerated Sanjay Gupta of CNN. Let's get to Jonathan Isaac, because he's become one of the real voices in this forced mandate issue. And like we've said before, look, if you choose to get the jab, that's great. That's your business. Congratulations. If you choose not to, it's the same thing. Congratulations. Good job. You do whatever you feel you need to do. And that's what we believe this is about, is your personal freedoms, okay? We don't like the idea of anybody being forced into anything, regardless of whether we're talking employment, whether we're talking sports organizations, anything like that. Orlando Magic forward Jonathan Isaac, who has been the subject to media scrutiny since speaking out about declining the Wuhan virus shot, told Fox News on Monday that whether someone gets the jab, it should be a personal decision, and that the media continues to mischaracterize people who don't follow vaccine mandates. Isaac, who has previously made headlines in 2020 for being the first NBA player to not protest during the national anthem, told Fox News Primetime that he believes the vaccine is not the correct medical decision for him, but underlined that he is not taking a position against the vaccine himself. Quote, "A lot went into my decision for not deciding to get the vaccine. For starters, I had COVID in the past. I understand my reactions as to immunity. Natural infection is robust and long-lasting. With my current physical fitness level and my age group, I don't feel I'm in a category of fear of necessarily needing right now to get the jab." Isaac lamented the vitriol being directed at people on various sides of the vaccine debate. The fact that people are losing their jobs for refusing the shot, calling out the media and others for making the medical procedure political. Quote, "I feel there is a blatant miscarriage of information by the media. We know that to be a fact. Has turned this thing so sour. It's been politicized. And I see people, and I'm standing with people who are deciding to not to get it on the backs of freedom," he said, adding the United States was founded on religious freedom and that Americans should be able to claim deeply held religious or other exemptions to the jab mandates. Fox News host went on to talk about Draymond Green, and we know the remarks. I did a video on that when Green said, quote, "You're not giving anyone freedom, but you're making people do something, essentially." And that's the thing. A lot of people are saying, well, they're not forcing it on anybody. Well, but you're using a level of coercion that definitely can be construed as being forced. I'm sorry, but when you're putting people's employment on the line, you are forcing them into a bad situation. Look, for their own personal belief set. I don't know how anybody gets denied a religious exemption. I don't know how an employer makes a determination on their own as to somebody else's religious beliefs. It's something that they should not have any business being involved with, frankly. Isaac added that his teammates and Magic management have been very accepting of his stance, and that much of the regulations he has now to abide by are coming from the league in New York. Isaac said that he will soon be ineligible to dine with teammates and potentially not be able to leave a team hotel except for essential and official team activities. Isaac reiterated that he is not arguing against the jab as an option for Americans, but instead they be given the option to decline, whether it was for religious, medical, or other reasons. He added the mainstream media has, quote, lied about him and took to the defense of national radio host Joe Rogan, who recently confronted CNN's Sanjay Gupta about his network falsely accusing him of taking that thing that I can't even say on YouTube. That's how ridiculous this is. When he spoke about taking the anti-malaria drug blank. Quote, it's not that people should not get the vaccine. That's not the argument. It's that for me, there aren't scientific, legal, or to me, moral grounds for the Wuhan mandates. I think when you have to take into account the nature of COVID and the nature of the vaccine, that doesn't stop infection or transmission. The nature of natural immunity hasn't been talked about. And then obviously the polarization by the media has created such distrust. Quote, if this thing is about protecting people and protecting the public health, why does CNN have to lie about Joe Rogan taking certain things? Or why does Rolling Stones have to willingly misrepresent my position on the jab or COVID? The magazine recently accused Isaac of being anti-vaccine, and then, of course, they tied him to Trump because that's what they do. Isaac told Kane that if he were in the position of his NBA colleague Kyrie Irving, a Brooklyn Nets player who is banned from team activities because of New York City's mandates, he would hold the same stance. Kane noted that Irving stands to lose as much as $15 million. Quote, I think I would be doing the exact same thing Kyrie is doing. I think what he is understanding and what he is portraying is the principle of people's freedom, the principle of living in this country and caring about the person next to you, whether they lose their job or not over something. To me, that is nuanced, not a black and white issue. To me, that is a hill he is willing to die on. So, once again, now I got to point something out about Jonathan Isaac. The kid is very articulate. He seems very, very intelligent. I love how he is not willing to compromise his own personal belief set. And I think that's what all this is about, okay? It's about, look, I've said it's about a bubble. A person has a bubble around them, all right? A personal bubble. We've heard people say that. I truly believe in it. And when you start getting involved in things that are involving medical issues, medical care, taking and putting something in your body, no entity should have an influence on that. In other words, it should not be an employer's. They should not have the ability to coerce or force you into a position to do something you don't want to do. That in itself, in my opinion, should be illegal, okay? I can't believe that governors are having to pass laws against mandates because I don't know how a mandate is legal by an employer to begin with. I understand a lot of people are like, well, nobody's forcing it because you could quit your job. Well, you shouldn't get involved with people's livelihoods when it comes to medical issues anyway. Stay the hell out of it. And I always find it funny because when I go to find these stories like this and various sites, especially depending on the site, it's amazing if people lean in the opposite political direction. They truly believe your personal vaccine status is their business. They truly believe that. And from the bottom of my heart, kiss my ass. No, it's not. It's not. And I would be willing to fight to the bitter end to make sure that people, it's none of their business. Now, if I choose to tell somebody, that's a different story because I made a decision to let somebody know what my belief set is. Okay? So, tell me what you think, Black and White Live fans. I like this Jonathan Isaac kid. I hope he recovers from that knee injury, comes back. I hope he's stronger than ever. Man, I hope he becomes a star. We need more guys like him in the NBA, and the NBA might get some of its juice back with us. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.